A lot of us want to be millionaires. Well, this couple in France had a mask, a rare African mask, in their possession for many years. And then this elderly couple decided to hold a garage sale after selling their second home in the south of France. Little did they know they would become embroiled in this big legal battle for said mask, for the same mask that they sold. So the couple is an 88 and an 81-year-old man and woman, married for many years. So CNN reported on this story. Now, the sale of this mask was last year, so the battle for this mask is current. They're currently fighting in court. The country of Gabon, this old couple, and the auctioneer. And all three are fighting for obvious reasons. The couple wants the mask because it's worth millions of dollars. Same with the auctioneer. The country of Gabon wants it back because they say it belongs there. It's the home of the mask, and it was stolen, allegedly. Hit the like, guys. Hit the like as you come onto the page. So this photograph of the mask was taken in March of 2022, last year. It is called a Niger mask, and it's from the Fang people of Gabon. Needless to say, the Antiquities Department in Gabon wants it back for it to be part of their artifacts. So now there's a three-way legal battle for this mask. So this is how the story goes. The Ferniers, which is the old married couple, had this garage sale because they were planning to or wanted to sell this second home, trying to get rid of stuff. So Mr. Fernier, the old married man who sold the mask, said he inherited it from his grandfather. And his grandfather's name was Rene Victor Edward Maurice Fernier. He further stated that his grandfather served as a colonial governor in Central Africa during the early part of the 20th century when the country was under French rule. So that's how his grandfather came about possessing the mask. Now, we don't know if the article did not say if the grandfather bought the mask, stole the mask, or it was given as a gift. We don't know, but it was in his possession for all those years. He handed it down to his grandson. And the grandson, being this elderly man in his 80s, sold it at a garage sale that he had in order to get rid of things he didn't need. And so he sold the mask for about 160 US dollars or 150 euros. So people are buying the items at the garage sale. This man purchased the mask. The couple were not aware that the man purchasing the mask was an antiquities dealer, and they felt slighted. This is what the lawyer is saying. They felt slighted because this dealer did not unveil to them that they had a prized possession. He just bought the mask for $160 and left and then got it appraised. So they felt robbed, and they obtained a lawyer to fight on their behalf in court to retrieve this mask back or get fair compensation. So according to their lawyer, Frederick Mastat Jeffrey, the two were unaware of the mask market value and believed the dealer was offering a fair price. So guys, drop it in the comment section. Do you think that they are entitled to the mask back, or fair or equal value, market value for this mask, because they sold it? In fairness to the dealer, do you think they should get some type of compensation or the mask back? After you pay for something and you close on a deal by paying for it and retrieving the item, isn't the transaction closed at that point? So the couple's lawyer said they learned through a newspaper article that their old mask that they sold was being auctioned off and that its worth was significantly higher than what they sold it for. 2 days later of them finding out the worth of the mask was sold for 4.2 million euros. A sale receipt shared with CNN showed the equivalent to more than $4.5 million. So now the couple are appealing through their lawyer, and they're appealing the earlier court decision Their claim is that the dealer failed in his obligation to provide pre-contractual information and committed a breach of consent. The couple seeks to annul the sale of the mask and wants the auction's proceeds to be given to them. They don't want part of it, some of it. They want all of it. And I'm sure the lawyer wants to win this case because that would be a sizable amount for the lawyer to collect the percentage off of that $4 million. So after the dealer appraised the artifact, it was said to be extremely rare. So as the court hearing was heard in the south of France on Tuesday, the Gabon government waded in. They wanted a say in what happened to this rare, extremely rare mask that belonged to the homeland of Gabon. If it wasn't complicated enough, now the government of Gabon is now involved in retrieving this mask. And they formally requested a suspension of the proceedings. I guess they're calling for a suspension so they can do their research back in the homeland of who actually had possession of the mask, its origin, and how did it end up in the south of France, and was there a bill of sale? That's what I'm thinking, but maybe they already know it's part of their antiquities department, or it should be in their museum. That's another thought, because why would they stop the proceedings if they did not already know that the mask actually belonged to the country and it should be in their museum? So the dealer's defense in court was that he was not aware of the value of the mask when he purchased it from this elderly couple, and he himself had no inclination of the value only after he actually had it praised that he knew the value of the mask. That's what he claimed in court. So court documents show that the antique dealer, his lawyer said that the couple have no grounds for claiming the mask anymore, and that they sold it for 150 euros and it was a fair transaction. So the antique dealer already sold the mask and got his money, $3.2 million, after taxes was taken out. The couple is looking to retrieve the mask, and the country of Gabon is looking to stop the proceedings until further notice, until they look into the matter on their end. So the Gabon government has filed a separate court case for the handling of stolen goods. I guess they figured out already it was stolen. So now the Gabon government is accusing Mr. Frontiers, the old couple, accusing that man's grandfather of stolen artifacts. That the grandfather stole the Nigel mask and therefore never have been its rightful owner. Olivia Biton-Evie, one of the lawyers for the Gabon government, told CNN. So this whole thing is a big mess. It has gotten very, very complicated, international complication. 2 countries on 2 different continents. So if the court accepts its petition from the Gabon government to suspend the current legal proceedings on the sale of the Niger mask, then the country will be able to pursue their separate case for the handling of stolen goods and fight for the mask to be returned to its original country. So guys, this case is going on in real time. The court is expected to make its decision on December the 19th on the suspension of this current legal proceedings. The lawyer for the Gabon government, Biton-Evie, told CNN that the mask is an extremely rare artifact of spiritual value to the Gabonese people. So they're not looking to stop the case to do their investigation if the mask is stolen or not. That's been determined already that it was stolen. What they're looking to stop the case for is to have their day in court, to fight to get the mask back home. Lawyer Biton-Evie further stated that for other people who are not born in Gabon, in that part of Africa, to Westerners, the mask is just an art object. However, for the people of Gabon, it's a ritual object used to ensure peace in society, and it's very, very important. So according to Sotheby's, the listing for a similar mask, like the Nigel mask, are among the rarest and most highly celebrated of all African artwork. So it's truly very rare and highly valued. According to CNN, the auction catalog for the mask must have been collected around 1917 under unknown circumstances by the French colonial governor René Victor Edward Maurice Fournier between 1873 and 1931, probably during a tour of Gabon, according to CNN. The couple's lawyer argued in court that the dealer deliberately withheld information about the origins of the mask from them and planned to split the money with the gardener, who had provided the auctioneer information about the foreigner's tie to the former colonial governor. So according to the couple's lawyer, because of the information given to the auctioneer by the gardener, auctioneer was able to deduce the origin of the mask. Guys, hit the like bell as you come onto the page, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so as yet. So now I'm wondering if the gardener is going to be called into court to testify. So according to CNN, the dealer and the gardener allegedly visited the auction house together, presenting themselves as co-owners of the mask. The sellers asserted in court documents. The couple said that the dealer did not inform them of his relationship to the gardener, nor that he had any intention of auctioning off their mask, according to their lawyer. So the lawyer for the couple said, "We think the dealer already had an idea in the back of his head that he knew the value of the mask and how rare it was." The couple's lawyer, Manstad Jeffrey, also told CNN, "My clients are not art collectors. They're amateurs." They didn't know any better. So after the foreigners discovered the mask was being auctioned off, they contacted the dealer, and the dealer offered them 300,000 euros in compensation. And the couple's children advised their parents to refuse their money. So guys, what would you have done? Would you have taken the $300,000 and run the risk of not getting anything at all when this thing goes through court? The judge may find that you do not even deserve compensation because it was a fair legal exchange. Drop your comments. What do you think? And don't forget to hit the like bell and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as yet. So the couple's children advised them not to take the money and to file a lawsuit, which they did. So the dealer has already sold the mask in an auction, and for the moment the 3.2 million euros that he got for it is frozen in an account by the courts until this whole mess has been cleared. And then the courts get to decide if the dealer should keep the money, hand it over to the couple, or hand the mask back over to the country of Gabon and hand back the money back to the auctioneer's company. According to court documents, the Nigel mask is so rare that only a dozen remain throughout the world. According to Beton by Evie, Gabon's lawyer, many of these masks are in private hands, private collectors. And so far, the identity of the mask's buyer remains unknown to everyone except the dealer and the auction house. All they know is that the dealer got 3.2 euros for it. The couple found out this information because it was advertised in the papers, or else they would not have known. After the French President Emmanuel Macron was elected back in 2017, he called for the restitution of colonial artifacts from French collectors back to their original owners. He expressed his desire for the conditions to be in place within 5 years for temporary or permanent restitution of African heritage to Africa. According to a report submitted to Macron back in 2018, there are at least 80,000 objects from sub-Saharan Africa held in French public collections. To date, only a handful have been returned to the countries of origin, like the royal objects returned to Benin back in 2020. According to CNN, in addition to Benin and Somalia, 5 other African countries, Chad, Madagascar, the Ivory Coast, Ethiopia, Mali, all have made official requests for their artifacts to be returned home. The Nigel mask was not held in a public collection. It was private, and therefore the country of Gabon cannot demand its restitution from France. So it has to go through the court system for the judge to decide who gets the mask. Since thousands of artifacts have been looted from all over Africa, this is not the last case we're going to hear about. On that note, YouTubers, I'm over now. Don't forget to hit the like bell, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all on the next one. Thank you for watching.